Live! What's up, everybody? Going to share this over to Patreon, and then we're going to party. Yeah. That sounds terrible. Yo! Talking, testing. Is this working? Is it noisy? Is it noisy? It sounded noisy earlier. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody out there? What's up, Cole? What's going on, man? What's up, everybody? Right now, just Cole. But how are you doing, Cole? I like Cole. There was a Cole in my fraternity. He was a very, very handsome guy. I liked Cole. Cole was cool. Cole didn't complain to anybody when he would see me around 3 a.m. vandalizing something expensive in the house. Whereas a lot of the younger guys were rats, but not Cole. Cole was handsome, and I think that made him happy because he had a hot girlfriend who I imagine would give him oral. And, you know, what I was doing in the hallway to a fire extinguisher or security camera wasn't really his business. I had a destructive phase. Thank you, Cole. This is strange that it's just you and me here. Did I do this right? I might not have done this right. I mean, I'm happy. If it's just you and I'll keep doing this for the next hour and a half, Cole, but I also am probably going to pull my dick out at some point. So as long as you show me yours too. Cole, well, tell me something interesting, Cole. I'm right by the router now. I've moved my spot where I broadcast from. I look like I live in the Santa Cruz mystery spot because I think the table's a little crooked. What's up, cute? Good to see you. Very good to see you. Andreas, what's up, everybody? I am not sure if Nick, what's up, man? Nicole can pull his dick out. We'll just do it anyway, even though I can't see it. Gonzalo wants me to take my shirt off. Happy week, Danny. And guys, right now we're about to just upload the video. What's up, Angelique? Glad to see you in here. Missed you last week. Polish Hammer, what's up, everybody? So, guys, we're about to just fucking say fuck it and upload the video. The brand was kind of lame. They made us take out something pretty innocent, but we're tired of waiting, and we're going to upload this video. I think Ian's sending me the export right now. So about halfway through, I might have to sit down real quick and just get it uploading. I might not make it live until after I sign off with you guys, but I'm just going to get it uploaded because, well, it's bullshit. I want to post the video for you guys, but the brand is also paying us pretty good money. It's a good chunk of money that'll fund a bunch of travel and other videos. So while the rebellious side of me wants to be like, fuck you, punk rock, be like I'm in Fugazi or something and refuse to accept the corporate money, the practical part of me has got to be like, all right, that is a quarter of your payroll for the month, or more than a quarter of your payroll, almost half your payroll for the month. So fucking take the money and shut the fuck up, Danny. You know, shut the fuck up, Danny, and take the money. Hell yeah, Angelique, what'd you do? She was celebrating her birthday. Danny, what's up with the Sunday open mic? Where? So guys, we are, if you're in LA area or if you're in any kind of driving distance, We're basically doing a fan meetup. Chris is saying he has Rat Dick Ralph's social security number. I would sell it at market. I would take that somewhere where they can do something with it. But we're going to have a show this Sunday at the Fourth Wall Cafe. And it's going to be like a fan meetup / show. And I encourage all of you to go if you're anywhere in the area. I mean, even if you're in the Bay Area, hell, if you live anywhere south of Salem, Oregon, you better be at our show on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be surprises for you, too. There's going to be fun surprises for you. The real Zervin is calling me a sellout. Probably. I guess so, dude. I guess so. I do. The Polish Hammer, I definitely need an ergonomic standing desk sponsor. So everybody, the reason that I am no longer, my office is through this wall. I had to move out. Because you know who made me move out? The fucking German Shepherd over there. I found out that if I wasn't in that room, I can't really hear him. But when I'm in there, it's insufferable and it drives me nuts. And the fact that he's barking pisses me off. But really what pisses me off is that an owner could be so neglectful of their dog. This weekend, all weekend, it was raining and the dog is outside. They literally never take him inside. They just put out food every couple of days. This weekend, they were having a party in one of their front yard area thingies. And it was a Sunday, and they didn't even think to let the dog loose and hang out. It was still locked up in this little tiny dog run made of cement. A perfectly friendly German Shepherd would not bite. I can go pet him through the fence. So that pisses me off. And also the fact that he's barking constantly. All right. Let me see here, guys. Let me get this arm up. Zacadelic stained a deck today. Spoiler, it was with his semen. Ooh. Okay, guys, if I missed anything, I'm getting back up here. I got that shirt in my closet. This one's solid. The Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas shirt. Hell yeah, dude. And Russell, that show is going to be at 8 p.m. I think I'm going to promote it today. Caitlin, what's up, Caitlin? A woman here. Fuck yeah. Well, we got a couple now, but a new one's always a surprise. Danny, what do you think about Derp Queen? Do you watch her videos? No, I've heard they're good though. I've heard they're cool documentaries on characters from the channel. I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube. I basically watch just stuff that's either like a documentary or some sort of comedy stuff that's going to inspire me. I don't putt around on YouTube too much. I watch a couple finance channels, or more, I listen to them as if they're podcasts. But shout out to Derp Queen and all she does. New setup? No, it's the same setup again, just fleeing a dog. How much were they going to pay out, Gonzalo? They fucking still better pay out, motherfucker. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing the, what is it called? The $5 wrench attack. The $5 wrench attack is basically when you just brutalize somebody until they open up their safe. And they might get $5 wrench attack, motherfucker. But it's a Gonzalo. It is enough money. I'm going to be a little vague. I don't know why. I don't know why it seems unethical or uncool to specify exactly. But you could purchase with this money. I don't know what you could purchase. Somewhere between a very nice hotel room and a 2-year-old Honda Civic. Somewhere between that. It's in that no man's land of money where I don't really know what to compare it to. It's a good chunk of change, though. It's a good chunk of change. I'm just going to keep saying that tired horseshit cliche. It's a good chunk of change. Gonzalo. Substitute. Can you tell us how much you charge for a brand deal? It just got to make sense because it's a lot of work. And then I have to, shit like this happens where the upload gets delayed. But, a couple $1,000. Anywhere from like $2,000 to $4,000, somewhere around there. And if I'm feeling particularly down that month, if they get me when my self-esteem's low, maybe I'll dip to $1,500. Or if I've been having a good week, Maybe I just got back from a date that went really well. I'll say, hey, $5,000 or I hang up this phone right now. $5,000 or I what, cocksucker? And then I hang up, and then they don't give me $5,000. That's usually how that one goes. Nick, when am I coming to Tennessee? Not too sure yet, Nick. I have to come back in December. So I will. You can put it on your fucking calendar, Nick, which is probably a Playgirl buff, oiled up men calendar that Nick has on his wall. I could see Nick having male Speedo models on a calendar on his fucking wall. But go to 12th month, December. It's probably going to be a guy. He looks a little bit like Leo, but with a much larger penis. And then somewhere around the 14th, say Danny visits. Pencil that in. The show will be whatever the weekend falls there. Angelique got slooshed. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. In the city, Angelique, or in your little burb? Mr. Critic? Hell yeah. Don't be too critical, Mr. Critic. Zacadelic, bet he's coming to the show. Prang, there's a comedy show in June. There definitely will be, Zacadelic. Don't worry. How is Holly Day doing? I think well, Andreas. She got out of the adult star hustle, which is a good thing. I don't know. I haven't spoken to her too much since the Desert Road Trip video, though. Mr. Critic, it's the Fourth Wall Comedy Cafe in Hollywood. Danny, can I kiss you, please? I'm clean. James, absolutely. I see that fucking wrench, that blue mod wrench, and you're in. RIP Solana, says IPAC. Solana price. I saw it dip the other day. I haven't checked today. 132. Everything's down. Everything is, all the markets they're scaredy cats. They're afraid of World War III. They're afraid of World War III. And yeah, it's weird. We need Trump back in there. We need Trump back in there, dude. I can't believe I'm saying it right now. I don't even know if I fully agree with it, but just I miss when Trump was like, if Kim Jong-un thinks he's going to launch a nuclear missile, I say this to him, that I have a red button on my desk that's much bigger than his. And when I press it, it actually works, okay? That was when he was just scaring people. Now we've got Joe Biden, just don't. And that was kind of like still Trump. I can't really, don't. I have one thing to say to the Shah of Iran. Don't. There's transgender people that deserve to live in peace in their elder years. I've heard him say that before. But yeah, this is tough. So what you get when you fucking, what a piece, dude. Just a couple fucking pussy students protesting on campuses for Gaza. And now Biden's spine seems like it's been removed from his body through his asshole. And he's just nowhere to be found. And now hell's breaking out in the Middle East. And it's fucking with mine and IPAC and Zacadelic Solana investments. That's what's horse shit. Bitcoin's down to the low 60s when we should probably be at 75,000 right now. S&P 500's all over the place. Tesla's circling the drain. Tesla down to 150. This is a buying opportunity if any of you motherfuckers like Dragon Force or the Groping Hand are sitting on cash. The Groping Hand might just use the general wartime panic as an opportunity to go squeeze buttocks, though. That's probably what the Groping Hand is looking for right now. I'm glad that Angelique's back, too. I'm glad that Angelique's back. Let me see. I'm waiting for a text from Ian to see when I can get started on the upload. Just cummed. Lil Bryce is a god just cummed. I'm happy for him. It's very early. 13, well, he probably came somewhere around like fucking 5 or 10 minutes in. Hope everyone's having a great week, says Nick Matos to the Patreon family. That's so nice of them. Cole Johnstone's dick is huge. If our boy Duncan McLeod is here, he actually does have a fucked up huge cock. God bless everybody in Patreon. Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, Danny, does your dad have any opinion on the Trump trial? Probably nothing too juicy on the Trump trial itself. Can I call him and ask him right now? Is it the hush money trial that started right now? The Stormy Daniels one? It's so lame. It's fucking lame. I hate to see it. I hate to see it. It really shows how the legal system in the United States can break down. I think we all saw, or we're all reminded of this, what with the passing of the great O.J. Simpson, how scary it is that for ideological reasons, in this case, the black plight, which I understand, but it seems like it's perfectly valid to be angry about at that time a racial beating of Rodney King, but also to realize that O.J. Simpson was a double murderer and that he should probably go to jail. Like, that's really what happened, is that because Rodney King, O.J. Simpson got to murder people because the black jury pool in downtown Los Angeles was still mad about the Rodney King beating, which is crazy that that law and order can be swayed like that. There should be a neutral legal professional like a judge who gets a vote along with the jurors, or who can throw out a verdict if it's completely ridiculous. And right now, because there's this global psyop against Trump that started in 2016, it's crazy that no matter what they haul him into court for, 98% chance he's going to be guilty, even if it's ticky-tack, like he gave a literal hooker $100,000. Scary. Fucking scary. Derek Chauvin, you think he got a fair trial? Probably not. Probably fucking not. Just because that's the way the wind was blowing. It's scary. Scary shit. Too bad you don't have a neighbor named Newman that'll dog trap that German Shepherd. In Seinfeld, did Newman dog trap a shepherd? Did that happen, Zachy? Ivar the Boneless. I love that name, Ivar the Boneless. Is that from the game Magic the Gathering? Ivar the Boneless seems like it would be a card in Magic the Gathering. Hi, Danny. My dog died last night, and I've been pretty low. Wondered if you had any good doggy-related stories. Take that however you want. Well, this one time I had a jar of peanut butter. Doggy-related stories. This is cute. This is going to be like a bedtime story. I'm trying to think of dog stories from my childhood that aren't sad. We had a Gordon setter who ran across the street and got smoked by a car. That was really sad. That really hurt our family. We had our dog Peach as children. She was a great, great dog too. I'm trying to think of any like fucking dog stories though. Any dog stories? Well, my parents' dog Henry, I got a video of him the very first day they brought him home. I'm going to pull this up right now. It's pretty cute. My parents' little dog Henry, he was from Missouri. He got flown out on a plane from Missouri. He's got horrible anxiety, so I don't know how he dealt with that. But then right when he got home, this is how loving he was.
Pico.
His name was Pico at first. Now he's Henry.
Pico, come. Give up.
Oh,
Hello.
he's a cute little boy. And that was, at that time, I was living in San Francisco, working in restaurants and as a bouncer. And I'd come back and I'd visit my parents maybe once a month. So I'd always get home to their house after getting off a bouncing shift at 2 a.m. So by the time I drove from the Bay to Sacramento, it was 4 a.m. And I would let myself in. And little Henry, with those supersonic ears of his, he'd hear me creaking the door open. Probably 50 yards away from the bedroom that he was sleeping in. He would hear that, perk up, jump off the bed, and run out and greet me, "You will, puppy. You will, Henry." And he's my best little doggy friend still. He's a good little boy. I just visited him about 2 weeks ago. And Ivar, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Got to get yourself a new dog, dude. But love and respect to the last one. Everybody loves a dog. 5 minutes on the upload. 5 minutes on the upload to Drive, then I'm going to download it and then upload it, which doesn't take very long. Because my internet's here, it's pretty good. Now the computer's even closer to the Wi-Fi. The real Zervin wants to be a guide around Texas. Okay, we'll come back to Texas, dude. We've been there many times. Comedy show in the NYC area, the Polish Hammer, it'll be happening soon, definitely. Probably before summer or early summer. Much love from Phoenix. Bradley, come to the show this weekend, dude. IPAC, any Nico features yet? Nothing yet. That would be great. We were talking about that, Leo and I. How like Nico is just so fucking funny when he's just standing there that like, how can you replace that level of comedy in a cameraman? It was nice too, because when we were on the road and we want to do a little pop-up comedy show, he could always get up on stage and do a Nico act, and it was fucking great. But yeah, Nico's hilarious. I would love to have a Nico feature in a video. Bradley, long live the regime. Thank you. Russell, yo, Danny, it would be interesting to have Derp Queen on the pod. Is she local? Does she live in LA? What'd you have for lunch today, Captain? I had Zacadelic. I had a high quality steak that I got at Trader Joe's, which cost $20. Bullshit. Really fucking expensive. And that's inflation, dude. That's why Biden's approval rating is so in the tank right now. Eggs are up 50%. They've perfectly doubled. So, and that's why every restaurant you're going to is more expensive, because all that eggs is like the most extreme price inflation that's gone up in food that I've heard of. But everything's gone up by like 20, 30%, which is why everything, restaurants, grocery stores, everything's more expensive. Beef, I felt like the cow before they slaughtered him bent me over and ass raped me, paying $20 for a fucking mediocre steak. Are you kidding? It was actually pretty good. It was delicious. But I did have a steak, and then I just had some popcorn since then. I got some all-natural oil, seed oil-free popcorn, Zacadelic, that I was snacking on a little bit. As I wrote today, we're doing our open mic stand-up comedy video, which I'm fucking fired up on. You guys might have saw my little update yesterday. It's going to be badass. Trying hard to recruit big comics, lock down the really interesting comics from the open mic scene. And we're going to it's going to be dope, dude. The Groping Hand. I'm going to TGH, dude. Oh my God. The Groping Hand. This is vulgar even for you. The Groping Hand just described an ass rape in gruesome detail that I'm almost afraid to even. Will the YouTube AI end this stream? It's possible. He's able to use tricks like using money signs for S's in the word assful, but it's hard to do that orally. Yeah, shouldn't say the word orally around the Groping Hand. Any interesting podcast guests planned for the near future? You know, Polish Hammer, usually Leo handles the podcast guests, so I'm not too sure. Anthony Thomas, when are you going to be back in the Bay Area? I'm so down to be a minion in one of your videos. Let me get a look at you. How old are you, Anthony Thomas? Like you got a nice curly head of hair on you. Like that can be used for some sort of purpose. Cleaning up bodily fluids, for instance. Yeah, Anthony, I'm not sure. I'd like to go back soon. No plans right now. I wanted to do a California road trip video up the coast. Danny, you bastard, how are June and July looking for you? What's up, Marky? Mark, I want to see if I still have it. I screenshotted. Way back in the day, I screenshotted when I followed you or requested to follow you. And it was in 2018. Let me see if I got it. Yep, I got it. Right there. Focus. It's Marco Americano, 18 years old. Respect Whammon was his bio. And I requested to follow him. He was, that was 2018. One of the first patrons. For all intents and purposes, the first patron, we'll just say it. How are June and July looking for you? Quite a bit of time opened up for me, and I was considering hopping over to you for a long weekend. Mark, let me, what if, Mark, probably whatever we do for 4th of July, that should be when you come out for the 4th of July weekend. Danny, California sucks. Move to Florida, says Dylan. No real interest in moving to Florida. Dylan. I'm kind of just too West Coast centered. And I've learned now that my parents are 6 hours driving away and my sister is like a 4-hour flight away. I've learned that distance it really does tend to kill relationships or make them a lot harder. And I don't really want to move too far away. Okay, I'm going to get the video uploading to YouTube right now, guys. 1 second. I'll do it with you. It's not gonna be live yet. I'm just getting it uploaded. I can probably make it live. Though. Switch account. Let's see. Gotta get on the Danny Mullen channel. Danny Mullen channel, motherfucker. Gotta download some shit. Sorry, guys. This is very unprofessional, but we fucked up. We fucked up. Exports. Final downloading. Bam. 4.7 gigabytes of goodness, baby. It's downloading now. And that'll be uploading. And then the groping hand will be groping. That's how it's all going to go. Dylan, so I'm probably going to stay West Coast. I do like LA. And if I was going to move somewhere for a tax break, I would probably just hunker down in Vegas part-time. That seems to me like the plan right now. Though, I do like me some New York City. Don't think I could live there, though, because it would be too hard for us to film what we do. Thank you, Mark, again. Cole, what's been going on with RDR? RDR is, he's just being RDR. He just doesn't really think about consequences too much. So, like, for instance, I've been talking to him. I've been staying in touch. And, sorry, just texting Ian. Like, trying to make sure that he's good and trying to tell him, like, dude, you got to settle down. You got to not hurt yourself. You got to quit, like, almost breaking your leg on stream, screaming the N-word on buses full of minorities. You got to stop getting restraining orders filed by the people who live above our podcast studio, things like that. And, like, it's hard to get through to him sometimes. It's just rat dick. Like, I'll tell him, like, hey, that wasn't good. And he's like, what do you mean that wasn't good? What are you talking about? Why are you being an asshole to me? And it's not like he's trying to be, like, manipulative. He's just got this weird naivety, this weird, like, demonic naivety where, like, he will do something terrible and then not see anything wrong with it. And when I say terrible, I'm not trying to, like, judge the guy as being, like, a killer or like he's out physically hurting people. But he just does stuff that's extremely socially frowned on. And, like, as far as, like, the going back to Austin's place, like, he thinks that's, like, my call that he can't go back on the podcast. And I'm like, dude, their upstairs neighbor has a restraining order against you. And everybody in the house hated that you showed up, like, screaming and streaming. So my hands are kind of tied. But the thing is, I don't blame them because you can't do that. Or you can do that, but you blew it out, and now you can't go back to a place you've blown out. And I've blown out many places, so I get it. But, so yeah, just trying to deal with that balance of being like, hey, man, yeah, like, we don't hate you or anything, dude, but that wasn't okay, kind of. Okay, I'm uploading the video. MS-13 Gang Park is the name of the video file. And it is uploading. 14 minutes left. Christmas party in Nashville. That'd be pretty badass, Acadelic. And a show. Hang out with Trace, dude. Trace Cyrus. Would you rather make out with a Mexican landlord named Ramiro or eat a French toast stick out of Lizzo's butthole? If both things nobody found out about them, Zacadelic, I'm going to have to make out with the landlord named Ramiro probably. Just because I'll be able to, like, go about my life without a stomach parasite. And I think there's a high chance of getting a stomach parasite from that French toast stick out of Lizzo's asshole. But if it's publicized, I'm eating Mexican shit out of Lizzo's fucking brown cunt, dude. That's brown cunt. That's another one name for pussy I just coined. Yes, I would do it out of Lizzo's asshole because it would probably, for me, be a strong career move. What are your thoughts on pending Israeli responses to Iran's retaliation? I don't know, man. I mean, I I know I was about to say, I don't pretend to be an expert on geopolitics, but I kind of was talking out of my ass earlier. I don't know, man. I just, like most people, don't want a nuclear war. But sometimes the way to prevent that is you gotta fucking flex. You gotta. So, maybe we gotta teach those Iranians a lesson. Maybe a little Patriot missile. Maybe that'll set them straight. I don't know. There are a lot smarter people than me. I watched a couple Oliver Stone documentaries, and I was like, down with the military-industrial complex. Fuck the war hawks. But, sometimes they know what's right in terms of national security. So I don't know. I don't really have too many thoughts on it. I feel like smarter people than myself will prevail. But Joe Biden, that's scary to think that guy has any say in fucking anything. Like, we see that guy when he's shot up full of the Comfortably Numb drug from Pink Floyd's The Wall movie. I don't know if you guys, there's a song, Comfortably Numb, which is about a rock and roller who's completely passed out, but he has to go on. And a rock and roll doctor just shoots him full of amphetamines. And he's like, la, 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 there is no pain you are receding. And that's what fucking Biden's on all the time. Imagine him like in a war room and they're trying to talk to him like, listen, so we think the Iranians are going to move through their proxy Hezbollah from Israel's north. And he's just like, right now we have to, when I think about my son, Bo, who's a veteran of the United States, my garage, evil fascist MAGA. Like, fucking dude. That's scary. That's not good. I hope there's just like a guy who works with the CIA who's just running shit right now. Polish Hammer, thoughts on RFK impacting election or Michelle Obama entering the presidential race at the August DNC? I think it's possible, Polish Hammer, definitely, that, RFK could steal some votes. And I definitely think it's possible. I don't exactly know by which mechanism. I don't know how it would work at this point for the Democrats to run a completely new candidate, but I could actually absolutely see it happening because from here to November looks about as far right now for Joe Biden as like Los Angeles to Timbuktu. That is an eternity away. And I mean, he could fall and hit his head, have a stroke, pass out on live television. Something could happen that makes it so that like the media can't even continue to gaslight people. Like they can't even pretend like experience is his biggest asset. Plus he's a good man, unlike his opponent. Like none of that soon that might not be possible if he goes face down into a bowl of oatmeal during some sort of televised appearance. So if that happens, then yeah, maybe Michelle or somebody, Gavin's going to step up. Five minutes left. You're a better voice actor than Saltine. He's got a bigger penis than me, though. He's got a bigger penis than me. He's a good voice actor, or he's got a good voice, I'll say. I don't really know what goes into being a good voice actor. Great time to buy Bitcoin, Solana, and Tesla, says IPAC. Agreed. Tesla, of all those assets, is probably the most depressed. Bitcoin, I would have the highest conviction in Bitcoin. I think it's the safest. Tesla, I'm still, it's so dependent on one man, which is what makes me nervous. Whereas Bitcoin is a pretty indestructible technology. Andres, is it true that Adam22 and Elena the Plug are, I think that said, bring Sandrine onto Plug Talk? We all so wish. That sounds amazing. Let me see. I lost my place. are going to invite Sandrine to Plug Talk. Andreas, I don't know if that'd be worth it. I mean, imagine Sandrine hates Adam 22 so much. For people who don't know, she thinks he's like the literal devil or one of his henchmen. So she hates him so much, though, that we might have come all the way back around the horn to she loves him. That's definitely possible. So, yeah, I think it'd be great. I don't know if it'd be worth it for Adam 22. I just don't know. I mean, you have to be a fairly serious Danny Mullen fan to know who Sandrine is. And I just can't imagine the market is giant. And like the other people who buy Plug Talk would kind of be like, what the fuck? You know? Imagine the promo photo. Sandrine doesn't exactly look like some of the other women look. And Sandrine's a beautiful soul and probably has 10 times as much to offer as those other women. But, you know, are people paying to watch Sandrine have sex? Maybe. She would say so. She's got a different look than the rest of the porn stars. Arizona plus Danny Mullen regime. Magic! Done very little filming in Arizona, Jeff. It's like further away Nevada to us, minus a strip. Kyle, any filming trips planned for the summer? Well, we're going to New England in about 3 weeks, I'm saying. The boys are going to fucking New England. We're going to New England, baby. Going to, I was going to say pick some apples, but it's not in season for that. Time for Croc's return. Throw him in with the RDR chaos. Might help Roddy. Jeff, you know what? I would eat a fried piece of French toast out of Lizzo's asshole for free if it brought King Croc back. I would love that. That would be so great. Danny Mullen hit an absolutely insane slap shot to put the New Jersey Devils up 2 before the half. Is there a Danny Mullen hockey player now? That would be very great. Judges can already overturn jury situations. Anthony says, bam. Exactly like you described when the verdict is BS. Yeah, I thought I had something like that in my head from childhood that my dad explained that. I guess just like no judge is willing to play that card, though. Thank you, by the way, Anthony. I appreciate that feedback. I feel like no judge is willing to play that card because, like, imagine you overturn the OJ case or the Derek Chauvin verdict. Like, your house is going to get firebombed and your daughter is going to get like assaulted. That's tough. It all comes down to you if you do something like that. So there's probably just, I mean, if the jury is being unfairly swayed, it's probably because there's immense social pressure on them. And I doubt the judge is going to balls up and do anything about it. And especially if the judge is captured by the same insane ideology. All right, what are we calling this video, people? What are we calling this video? You know what? I'll just upload it when I'm done with you guys here, probably. Let me see if I get an email back from the brand or if they're still being dicks. All right. I'm going to upload it real quick. I'm going to upload it. I just feel too guilty not uploading it when, I don't know, it's fucking late. It's late as shit. It's inexcusable. Going to Upwork. Let's put on a... Put on the Trump trial news story. Trump's hush money trial begins.
Taking a picture of us? Oh, no problem. Yes, problem. You need Verizon. Get the new iPhone 15 Pro.
Turn this up once the ad's concluded so you guys can hear it too.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro on us. Only on Verizon. For the first time, a former U.S. president will stand trial on criminal charges. What to expect today in court as Trump's hush money trial begins and what we're learning about his lawyer's strategy.
Happening now, Israel considers whether to retaliate for this weekend's historic attack by Iran, launching hundreds of missiles and drones directly into Israel. President Biden's message to Prime Minister Netanyahu, what officials are saying about U.S. involvement in any potential counterattack.
Developing overnight, the mysterious disappearance of two mothers in Oklahoma. 4 suspects arrested, and now word that 2 bodies have been recovered in the area.
Why are people killing people?
O.J. Simpson's will is now revealing about Simpson's death.
Caught on camera, the men seen damaging a protected rock formation in the west, the charges they could face.
Caitlin Clark's big night. Why tonight's WNBA draft?
I wonder if that was Rat Dick. I could see Rat Dick destroying a protective rock formation.
High school robotics team now heading to World Championship.
Almost done, guys.
From ABC News in New York, this is America This Morning.
Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm Rhiannon Alley.
And I'm Andrew Dimbert. We begin with the historic trial of former President Trump in the New York hush money case involving Stormy Daniels.
Jury selection is scheduled to get underway this morning. Currently, this is the only criminal case against Trump that appears on track to wrap up before the election in November, making the stakes even higher for Trump.
So what can we expect in court today? ABC's Perry Russum is at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Perry, good morning.
Andrew, good morning to you. This morning, we are getting some new information on Trump's movement and his strategy as he becomes the first former U.S. president to stand trial on criminal charges. This morning, sources describe former President Trump as angry and irritated ahead of jury selection in his New York criminal trial.
This is a fraught moment for all of the people involved, not just the defendants. We've never seen anything even remotely close to this in American history.
Trump faces 34 felony counts. Prosecutors say his one-time lawyer, Michael Cohen, paid porn star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election to keep her quiet about an alleged sexual encounter with Trump. They claim Trump falsified business records to hide the payment from voters. Trump has pleaded not guilty and denies the encounter with Daniels. Last night, he called the trial election interference, writing, "I will be fighting for myself, but much more importantly, I will be fighting for our country." Sources say Trump's legal team will argue he had nothing to do with logging his own financial books and that Cohen is to blame. Cohen spent just over a year in prison in 2018 for lying to Congress, among other crimes. He's expected to tell jurors that Trump directed him to pay Daniels.
The whole case falls apart if the Trump lawyers are able to persuade
Okay.
the jury that Michael Cohen is not to be trusted. And it'll really come down to if he connects with the jury, and you need all 12 of them. If one of them
Here we go. Yeah.
decides
Almost ready, guys. Sorry.
the government,
It's all right. I'm still going to be kicking it with you guys for another hour here.
They'll be asked 42 questions, including whether they've attended a Trump campaign event or follow him on social media. Trump has claimed too many potential jurors have been exposed to negative stories about him. The trial is expected to last up to 8 weeks, and Trump is required to attend, meaning he'll be in court 4 days a week instead of on the campaign trail. Sources also say Trump's lawyers will try to convince him not to hold news conferences in the courtroom hallway, given fears over repeated gag order violations. The judge has warned Trump not to speak about potential jurors.
We've never seen a jury selection process for a former president, and this particular president uses, his social media account not only to spread misinformation, but also
Misinformation.
to their clerks, the lawyers,
Guys, misinformation.
Potentially the jurors.
If convicted, Trump faces up to 4 years in prison. And even if he's reelected to the White House in November, he won't be able to pardon himself because this is not a federal case.
Chipotle's Chicken Al Pastor is back, and it's fire on every level. Fresh chicken, hot off the grill.
It's fire?
Peppers,
All right.
pineapple, and fresh lime. It's where fire meets flavor.
Oh, shit.
Chipotle's Chicken Al Pastor. The wait is over.
All right. Bam. That shit's live. That shit be live. Almost 800,000 followers now, suckers. You guys aren't suckers. Sorry. Yeah. Oh. You said I like Ivar the Boneless last week. The real, I like it more and more every time I see him. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I think people are going to go watch the video now, probably. Let's see. Just make sure that it's up. 2:10, about 24 hours late, but fuck it. Nice looking thumbnail. Anthony, oh, that little dog was adorable. Oh, thank you, man. Hey, Danny, I thought of taking my life last night, but ended tuning into RDR's stream, and everything seemed to be all okay. We've said this multiple times, Jeff, Leo and I, that RDR might be the world's greatest live streamer. So that sounds fucking life-saving, dude. I mean, he's too much for any of the platforms at all, but he is a legendary fucking live streamer, dude. Angelique, thank you. Henry will, baby, Henry, yeah. Yo, Jeff, that's rough, bud. Anthony, I don't know if he's being serious, but I mean, I'm glad that he was saved. Aw, I used to let my dog lick peanut butter off my nutsack, but I stopped that because peanut butter is too expensive. There's a lot of downsides about Joe Biden's economy, but that might be the biggest one, is that, incels like us, Nick, can't get peanut butter anymore. And then, what are we going to do with our dogs? It's like dog food is expensive as it is. Though, I mean, obviously we starve the dogs, so they're going to be more into the peanut butter. But I'm joking. It's getting dark. What's going on in the Radverse? I think I laid it out a little bit. Thoughts on Kelvin's work so far? It looks flawless to me. He's doing a great job, Zacadelic. He's doing a great job. He's just, he's yet to black out on camera a la Nico. McGraven, Danny, why did you block me on Instagram? I made a joke under Leo's recent post about Wee Man and he blocked me. I've never directly shit talked to you, and I've given you hundreds of dollars. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, McGraven, I'm sorry. I didn't know necessarily who it was. I mean, maybe I don't know if I was paying attention, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I sometimes, if I'm looking at a post and somebody's just talking shit, I'll just like, you know what? Fucking, I don't feel like having you around, and I block that person. I mean, I doubt if McGraven, to be fair, if it was a joke, I probably wouldn't have blocked you. But then again, when I ranted about taking a samurai sword to fat women, some people, they didn't think that was a joke. So I get you. All right, McGraven, you get unblocked, dude. You get unblocked. I'm going to get Instagram and I'll unblock you, I promise. But hey, you got to behave yourself, dude. You don't have to. It's just like, I mean, you can talk shit, but it's like, I just don't have to, it's not great to open my phone and be like, oh, this guy says I'm a piece of shit today. And you got to understand my point of view, that I'm not just like, oh, abuse. I love it. I'm going to, if I see it, just be like, shut up, stop. So understand my point of view too. What's up, Lawbreaker? Angelique, you have to bring Nico for the NYC show. He killed it last time. I mean, he's unbelievable. Absolutely. ENT. Ooh. Hey, what's up, dude? Ah, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm taking it down. No problem. Thanks for catching it, though, man. Okay, I privated it. All right. Okay, thanks, man. Well, there was an unlinked drone clip at the start of the video. At least Ian caught it, so we had to delete it. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, well. Is there a comedy show in Phoenix this weekend? Not that I've heard of, Daddy Aioli. $20 steak is madness. I know, dude. Lawbreaker, probably no plans to come back to Alaska anytime soon. But thank you. I'm trying to see. Yeah, hopefully, that's annoying. The video went up. This is not going to be great as far as getting views. A false start launch. Oh, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Jinx, I don't think I blocked you ever. I would never do that. Even paint has doubled in price. 5 gallons of the stain I used today was $800, and it used to be like $450. Sorry, texting. Yeah, it's hurting Zackadelic's pocketbook. Sorry, guys, I'm distracted right now. Obviously, I wish I wasn't having to multitask here. James made some unsavory comments about blacks and Mexicans. James, are you Asian? Some, I assume, is Asian. So, I think you can just say your great-great-grandfather was like an opium dealer or something. You could probably do it. 100%. Cool. Should be good this draft. You think the U.S. is going to fall just like Rome? Says Caden. Yeah, I mean, eventually, Caden. So Rome fell over a period of centuries. And I think, that we're going to eventually fall apart. Not in our lifetime. I think we're too far ahead. When I opened, for instance, I guess the Chinese stock market has been totally flat since 2014. The real estate market is falling apart. I've heard a lot of smart people say that we would school them if we went head to head and had like World War III today, assuming there were no nuclear weapons. So I'm less and less convinced, and their demographics are worse than ours as far as their birth rates. So I'm less and less convinced, and all their rich people just leave because of all their draconian laws. So I don't see anybody overtaking us. We're still the best team to be a part of, hands down. I mean, our fucking stocks, our investments, our technology, we're the center of AI, which might be the next great revolution in humanity. But we also have weird fucking incentives. Like every politician just wants to get famous and get elected. They don't really care what's good for the long-term health of the country because there's no incentive for them to care about the long-term health of the country. The incentive is just to get elected and then have lobbyists funnel them money from pharmaceutical brands and the military-industrial complex so that they can get rich. That's their incentive. So that's leading to bad legislation and insane fucking debt that is now, probably almost $35 trillion. We're polarized. Social media is fucking paralyzing a generation of young people. Anybody born after the year 1996 has the attention span of a gnat because they were raised by a smartphone, essentially, when their brain was still not fully developed. So, we got a lot of problems, but I think during our lifetime, we'll be fine. Can we just turn it around and correct all of those? I don't know. Possibly. I feel like stuff's getting better. I feel like we're moving in a more positive direction than we were in like 2020, 2021, 2022. It feels like sane voices have started pushing back on the insanity. The groping hand is wild, Russell. McGraven's getting snippety on Jinx. McGraven's really got an attitude here. I don't like that he's getting snippety on Jinx, frankly. What's up, DJ? Edward 40 hands? 31 minutes. Okay. Edward 40 hands, maybe in Tennessee. That'd be a great way to celebrate the end of my probation. Vic XO. McGraven, even if the comment wasn't related to me, maybe I just have my boys back, maybe I didn't like that Leo was getting shit talked. Oh, you called the wee man a chicken nugget? What was the full, can you give me the full comment? I'm still going to unblock you, McGraven, but what was the full comment? But that's a mean thing to say to wee man. Don't you think, maybe when we have a big guest on like that, you maybe not call him a chicken nugget. You got to know, like, who's a friend and who's a foe. Now, if it was just like a random midget in the street, maybe you could call him a chicken nugget. But this was Wee Man, dude. Have some respect for the legend. Danny, says Lawbreaker 907. When you came to Alaska, I was fishing on my boat, working my ass off. I'm still fucking mad as fuck I missed you. Yeah, that would have been tight if we had an Anchorage show. The problem is that when we're, I was going to say abroad, but when we're out and about around the country, we don't really have a lineup of comics to put on a good comedy show. So, yeah, that would have been, the idea of putting on a show in Anchorage is tight, though. Alaska's pretty sick. I do love it. Cole is joking that McGraven is John Anthony. John Anthony and I actually DM'd. We're cool now. He doesn't want me to die or anything. Ratic low-key has a big dick. It's not as, sometimes from his limp state to his erect state, it is really impressive. It is really impressive how much it grows, but I would still definitely not call it big, Cole. It's below average, but not by much. Jinx, I just want RDR to calm down and prolong his life too. We do too. He doesn't need to do much to come back, or he didn't need to do much to come back on the channel. It was just not do hard drugs and call bus loads of people the N-word, literally. And that sounds like a sentence that's spoken figuratively, but it's completely literal, calling bus loads of people the N-word. And we just need him to not, show up and cause police calling disturbances at our podcast house. Who is the funniest stand-up comedian you've seen live? Asks the Polish Hammer. One big name, one up and coming. Also, any recent stand-up specials you've really enjoyed? I got you, Polish Hammer, on all this. Funniest stand-up comedian I've ever seen live, Louis C.K. and Dave Attell. It's sort of a tie. I love them both so much for different reasons. But in terms of my experience, my best experience ever at a stand-up comedy show, it's got to be seeing Dave Attell live. Leo and I were right in the front row, and he was fucking with me the entire show, but in a loving Dave Attell way, because he's such a nice guy. But then, you guys have to watch his special, Hot Cross Buns, on Netflix. That was the special we saw live. He breaks the crowd in the special. The crowd is broken. They're dying, but the energy of that kind of laughter in person is just amazing. It feels so great. And for me, that kind of energy that Dave creates in a room, I've felt it. I've felt fleeting snippets of that caliber of laughter, a couple of times, where just this explosion of laughter just feels like I just opened a kiln and the heat just blasted me in the face. But him, it's a sustained 40 minutes of just tear the paint off the walls kind of laughter. And that was really fun to be a part of. One up-and-coming comic that I've seen live, I think Johnny Mitchell, who you guys know, is a really, really great stand-up comedian who's kind of up-and-coming and under the radar still. Not that under the radar. He's got a big YouTube channel. But as far as, he's not a Netflix comedian yet. Also, any stand-up specials that you've really enjoyed recently, I think that a new goated comedian is Neil Brennan, who's been around forever. He co-created The Chappelle Show. He's had specials coming out on platforms for over a decade. But in 2022, he put out this really interesting concept special called Blocks on Netflix that was great. I saw him at the Comedy Store after that, annihilated the crowd, completely broke the crowd. A bunch of other Netflix comedians were on that lineup, and they couldn't hold a candle to him. And then I just watched his new special that's out on Netflix right now, brand new, Neil Brennan. And the writing is so smart. He's so smart. Really cool guy. He goes on conservative podcasts. He goes on liberal podcasts. Super open-minded guy. Very, very smart. looks like a liberal pussy, but is like just a brilliant writer and comedian. You guys should check out his special. I'm going to text Ian one more time. What's the most trouble you've been in, legally or an ass whooping from your parents? Asks Cole, not Cole Johnstone. Well, definitely the most trouble I've been in legally was the situation in Tennessee, which sucked. It was expensive, and I had to go to jail, and I'm still on probation, so it wasn't great. It was not fun. But, yeah, that sucked. Cole, are you claiming that Jinx is Sandrine right now? Is that an accusation that's being leveled? Sorry, guys. I got lost in the chat for a second. You put a lot on the line to go against the grain, especially when it's involving the BL of BLM. Me, Anthony? I feel like it's pretty common knowledge nowadays that BLM is a scam organization. Like, I feel like even a lot of pretty moderate people will come out and admit that now. Zan Slut Party. Sounds like a good song, Cole. Where can I find it, dude? Jinx has been slashing people's mouths. What? James Sum, I used to pay $2.50 for a 16-ounce tub of cock cream. Now it's nearing $6. The idea of cock cream is pretty funny, dude. I don't know what that is, but I like it. I think I told you guys this. I don't remember, but I switched to all natural lotion for a little bit because somebody told me that it was cancerous to use Aveeno. And I tried that, and my skin just felt so dry and flaky. And jerking off had been robbed of all of its pleasure. And you know what? Give me masturbatory pleasure or give me death. I switched back to Aveeno. I got 2 fucking bottles of it right there. Suspiciously next to, a crumpled up paper towel. And I'm just going to come clean. It's got jizz in it. Oh, Sum is short for Summers. He's a white man. Oh, careful then, James. You do have the Lakers logo, which helps a little bit, you know. Or you can just kind of Andrew Schultz it and just sort of talk black, and then people will think like, oh, maybe he's like 5%, and then you can say whatever you want. Love seeing you guys in your underwear on the last Patreon pod. Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, that was fun. We had a fun Patreon pod this week, too. Leo was hammered drunk, and he just came out of the bathroom and started laying into Saltine for living at Brooks's house with like a bunch of quote-unquote gay and trans people. And Leo was just like convinced that one of them jerked off on Saltine while Saltine was sleeping. And then all of us picked up on it. Weird. It's like, Saltine, we're fairly certain that a trans woman masturbated on you. We're not judging you for it, but just whatever you got to do about that, file a police report, take a shower. And he got up and walked the pod, just left. But then we called him back and just started the accusations all over again, over the phone. Psychedelic, of course, if we did a Nashville Edward 40 Hands, he'd be a part of it, dude. McGraven is saying that word for word, I said, we want RDR, not a 2-piece chicken nugget. All right. Well, I mean, satire. McGraven, I guess that was also probably around the time when I would just, like, I don't mind if people talk shit on the podcast because I don't, like, really have much to do with that. But like when people are like bombing my Instagram pictures or my YouTube, I've got no obligation to have to deal with that. And that's just like, I mean, you know that we can't have RDR on the podcast right now. He's like running around doing hard drugs, and he's fucking legally prohibited from going back to the studio. So I don't see how your comment there was particularly like productive, and like, you know, it kind of sounded trolly. So I mean, I'm gonna unblock you, but I mean it's I get in the moment why I did it, I guess. I forgive McGraven. I forgive him. McGraven, thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. I mean, I know, dude. Like, I get it, dude. People, and as a fan, you're totally. I accept that people are not going to be happy with every video we put out or every decision we make with the channel. I totally accept that. That's part of being a fan. Short for fanatic. People get wild. They're really passionate about, like, it's like cheering for the home team. Sometimes they make a draft decision that pisses you off and you say something about it. I get it. I just, whenever I see it, if I'm just like trying to have a nice day and I see somebody talking shit, I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to just get this one person out of, I'm going to do something to irk this person right now. And that's just where I'm coming from. Like, people have the right to talk shit, but I have the right also to be like, okay, I don't currently want to look at that. Discord, Zan Slut Party. Okay, I'll check it out, Cole. Pulling it up, Coley. D-Mule Anthem. Sounds like Nirvana. Is that Rat Dick? Rat Dick's in the music video. It's catchy. I like it. I like it, Cole. Yeah, it's nice. Reminds me of a little bit of, I don't know, Nirvana filtered through an N64 system. Yeah, you fucked up that opportunity for a pun, James. For some reason, Patreon is glitching right now, Gage. I heard about this. I heard we're having an issue playing mobile right now. And I'm sorry about that, guys. Jace, I think, already has the tech support getting back to us. We're working on that. We should end the live with a song. Ooh, I don't know what songs I got on lock right now. Zacadelic. Angelique. Happy birthday, Angelique. Absolutely happy belated birthday. I should have said that first and foremost. Have you ever considered finding a sick midget to call into the podcast? Like Eric the midget, Eric the actor? Sacramento represent, dude. Yeah, the Howard Stern, like, terminally ill midget was from Sacramento. Nick, I love it. You're door dashing and doing this. I fucking love it, dude. You're on the hustle, man. What was your plan or goal when you started YouTube? Asks Anthony. Oh, we'll see. 9 minutes ago, we'll do keeping an eye on it. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think if, I mean, you always have big dreams of, I don't, you know, I think when I started YouTube, my dream was pretty much to get where I am now, honestly. It pretty much, I'm living the dream from when I started YouTube. My plan or goal. Yeah, you're just kind of poking around in the dark. It seems like so long ago now. 7 years ago, I started the channel. 2017. Yeah, like April 2017. I think my 7-year anniversary just passed, which is a long time. I mean, a lot has changed on YouTube since 2017. A lot of new channels. I mean, like, not only independent creators, but so many big media companies and so many big celebrities have just flooded the platform with their content now. So it's hard to stand out, but I feel like we're still relevant now. We've been doing it at a high level for a long time. So I feel like I'm right where I wanted to be, I guess. Jeff, I'll be meeting you crazy bastards this year, manifesting it. Anytime you guys need a tour guide. Jeff, yeah, dude. Where in AZ are you exactly? Bro, I just took a sip out of a water bottle. It was not water. It was vodka. I'm dying right now. That's how it's fucking brutal, Angelique. This is going to be the whitest, most privileged thing I've ever said, but I finally am off LA tap water. I was drinking that, and it's probably filled with chlorines and microplastics. I have switched to glass bottle water delivery. I get a big 5-gallon jug of water, and yeah, it's nice. So fucking clean water here. No vodka in my bottles, Angelique. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that, man. He's saying you have a solid fan base, and it's epic you're where you wanted to be. Eric the Midget was from Sac. Fuck yeah, dude. He was an Oakland A's fan, too. Did you see the diss track the D-Mule server made on the RDR Discord? No, I did not, Joey. I did not, unfortunately, see that. Put the Cole song in a main channel video. You know, I'm not opposed to that. I mean, it won't trigger any copyright or anything, so I'm fucking down, dude. It's got a nice vibe. Whoo! All right, guys, we're about to fucking wrap this up. Down at the bottom of the chat. How often do you drink, Nick? Well, I'm on probation now, but before that, probably, I'd say once a season on average. Once a season, I will drink alcohol. So once every 2.5, 3 months. How do I send you said diss track? Joey, I don't want to hear a diss track from the Discord. I'm not going to listen to that. Thank you, guys. I'm chilling for a second. I'm just going to have to dip out once the video is ready to go. Gay, says Joey Paulson. Have you ever made any songs of your own? I have a studio in my spot, so we can get a D-Mole exclusive. I put together a couple songs when I'll fucking bust out my guitar and show you some songs that I wrote when I was younger. I was, Russell, looks like the video is already uploaded. Should be down now, though. Yeah, it should be down now. I deleted it because there was an unlinked drone shot to open the video. Fan Jerry, dude. You know I love my bitch. James, we're waiting on. All right, I'm grabbing my guitar real quick. So it is a miracle that not a miracle, but it's a good thing for the universe that I didn't get into music, because my lyrics, like there are so many bands and musicians I respect who were just writing poetry when they were 19, 20, 21. And I was like 23, and I don't really remember any of the lyrics I wrote, but I remember like looking back, and occasionally I will remember a couplet, and it is just such on the nose, sentimental horseshit that I have no natural talent for music whatsoever. And these, like, I would try to write songs, and I just couldn't. Like, all I could throw out was the first draft, and then I had no ability to like edit. But one I remember I fucking came up with is a stretch. I'm sure this has been done in some version a billion times, because it's just like a G major. How was it? It's like, how wanted to go. I don't even remember how. And then there was the big power pop chorus. It was. Same chords that have been done a billion times. And it was like, I had one draft of the lyrics that I remember now, and it was like about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I think is pretty, like, unless you're a quirky rapper or like a fucking nerd pop, like, you can't write about Jiu-Jitsu with a fucking bunch of like G chords and C chords. You can't do it, dude. And yeah, so I couldn't really grasp the poetry, or I just, you know, like it was a fucking an abomination, dude. Zacadelic likes that riff. Sounds like something Conor Oberst would write. I guess he's on some of his solo albums. He's got some pretty simple chords, like on Salutations, which is it's got some history in the channel because we used it. A bunch of Salutation songs were in the first most unemployed county in America video, which is Imperial County from May 2020. We used like all Conor Oberst. Yeah, and Yosemite too. That's a great song. That is a great song. Great chords too. But there are some really simple chords in that album. Yeah, this one's good. Mayma Borthwick, which is, I don't know who she is, but I like this album because it's all about just like dead figures from American history. Just because you got it. Whoa. Fucking microphone's going down on my guitar right now. Yeah, this is a jam, dude. Just because you got it, you don't have to flaunt it with an endless stream of famous men. Pretty as a portrait, looked like Mayma Borthwick on that shining brow of Taliesin. Someone might try and burn it down, so you'll have to put the fire out. Fortune's sacred till the end. Yeah. Conor Oberst is the fucking man, dude. Gossamer Thin as a sick harmonica solo. Hell yeah, dude. I've got my set of I sometimes mess around too with that album with a harmonica in my mouth. Because in the Bakersfield video last year, we bought a bunch of fucking harmonicas. The song is called Mayma Borthwick. Mayma Borthwick. I tried to enter it into the chat. Play Naomi. Naomi's hard. Naomi's like kind of dissonant. I don't know if I can do it. Your prettiness is seeping through out from the dress I took from you. So pretty. In my emptiness is swollen shut, always the wretch I have been. Dude, that's fucking, yeah, it's and then it goes to a B. Yeah, Neutral Milk Hotel Suite. I don't know if I can really do any good Neutral Milk Hotel songs. I've got a pretty limited palette of singing. It has to be real easy to sing or I can't do it well. And Neutral Milk's pretty hard to sing, but they're the funnest songs to sing acoustic though, because the way that the chords move and the melody is just kind of, it's like da da da, fucking two-headed boy, two-headed boy. It's a fun one to play. Put on Sunday shoes and dance round the room to accordion keys with the needle that sings in your heart, catching signals that sound in the I'm fucking it up. No more songs. No more songs, guys. All right, I got to figure out, guys, how to get this video up. I'm running out of time here. We got to get it up. Love you guys. I'll be back soon. McGraven, I'll unblock you. And, yeah, Anthony, check out some Conor Oberst, dude. Mayma Borthwick's fucking great. All right, guys. Love everybody. Talk to you guys soon. I'm going to get the video up, so you're going to have that to look forward to right now. Later, guys.